Maker 2, I'm just going to go over the one pager today. So we're going to start with what you're going to turn in. So the first thing is a survey you're going to do, which I'm going to explain in a little bit. And the second thing is your completed or revised storyboard. So some of you will need to revise yours, and the vast majority of you will actually need to turn that in. So I'm giving you today to do that. And if you have already turned it in and you really don't need revisions, then you should start working on your video, okay? All right, so let's go down the list. So first thing is just an overview of how Q4 grades are working, and you will probably get a message from the school if you haven't already. But basically, Q4 is made up of your Q3 grade plus a couple other categories. So one is the Q4 mastery right here. One is teacher scored participation, so that's up to the teacher what goes into that category. This is basically teachers decide what go into either of these categories, mastery or participation, okay? Your final, which honestly I think the school is still figuring out, but you'll see at the bottom of the one pager that I've extended it till May 15 to turn in all your final products. So the finals one category, and then student submitted participation. So that is all the forms that you get from LPS that you need to turn in. So the daily participation and the reflection at the end of your lessons, okay? So if your grade book looks odd, that is why. It just looks a little different. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is click on this survey. So this seems a little out of left field. It is. I have some contacts at HP who've worked with maker classes before. A lot of the stuff that we have in the room is donated by them. And they really enjoy LPS students because of how creative you guys are. And what they're trying to do in the software development part is figure out some video editing software that comes with their computers. So what they'd like you to do is possibly take part in test piloting this software. And for you Maker 2 students, this might be helpful in a few different ways. One is that you'll gain access to some software that will help you edit your videos, these promotional videos that you made storyboards for. So you'll get to use that for making those videos. And then the second thing is just to be a part of a professional research process using creative software. And this is something you can put on your resume and your brag sheet. So something to consider. It's definitely not mandatory, but the survey is, okay? So I would love it if you completed this survey just so they and I know kind of what you're working with at home in terms of what computer you're using and if you have access to a computer running Windows. And if you don't, it doesn't matter. I and they just want to know, because if you do have a computer running on Windows, that means they can give you the key for this software. And if you don't, and if there's a lot of people choosing like MacBook or Apple, then they will consider giving us the key for the Mac compatible software, okay? So this is basically just a preliminary survey trying to figure out kind of what you guys use. They're really interested in your generation and what you're using for video editing, okay? So it's a cool opportunity. This is mandatory though. I need you to do this survey and you'll get credit for it, okay? And then once we get all the results back, we'll reach out to a few of you to see if you want to take part in this research, okay? And again, the benefit is that you get access to some video editing software that you can use for projects, all right? Number 3, have you completed your storyboard from last week? Even if you did, please read the notes below. So I looked at some of the stuff that was being turned in for the storyboard, and you really want to understand that your storyboard is for the promotional video. So the promo video for your app is like a commercial. It should be interesting, it should be entertaining, it should be informative, it should be what a commercial is, okay? Um, I want you to keep in mind that your app is being developed on the MIT App Inventor, but honestly, it's not, I don't think it's the best program for making it look the way you want to look. So you can definitely fake some parts of that for your commercial. It is a completely, um, it's up to you in what you want to show in the commercial. You should show the best facets of your app in your idea, okay? You're going to have a second video that you turn in, and that will be a Google Meet video. You're basically going to record yourself on Google Meet. This is where you just share the bare bones of your app. But this promotional video is going to be like the fantasy, the best version of your app, okay? So that's the storyboard should reflect that. So I included these examples. I do want you to click on all of them and watch them to get some ideas. So there's this Apple Card commercial that you've seen posted on a lot of these one-pagers. This is a commercial that really focuses on just the interface, so what the screen looks like. This is a good example. The Envision app is a good example of a voiceover commercial. There's some funny ones. There's this dating app that's a really creative commercial. It's probably the most creative one. And then this 100% animated commercial is really cool. So I would definitely click on all these. I am going to give you feedback on your storyboards if you've already turned them in, and I'll let you know if I want you to sort of rethink some parts. For the rest of you, really look over these notes and look at these examples and then turn in your storyboard, okay? And you really want to get these in because on Thursday, right? Tuesday, yeah. Thursday, you're gonna have a new assignment, okay? So you do want to get this in. And then if you are stuck in certain parts of your app, email me, or even better yet, honestly, if you text me, I'll probably get back to you faster. So you can text me with any questions, okay? And again, I extended the due date till May 15th because again, like honestly, I don't know what they're thinking for the end of the year, and um, they may change dates. So I'm just trying to give you a little more time to adapt to all of these new changes. Okay. All right. I will talk to you later, and definitely reach out to me if you have any questions. Okay. Bye.